various ministerial actions that we have. Hence, please join me by praying. Join me in our prayerful actions, if I may say so.
Մեր ամեն օրվա հացը
Մեզի ներե մեր պարտքերը, ինչպես որ մենք կարգներենք մեր վարդականներում։
Մեզ
փորձության
մի
Դանիր
Հաբաչարեն մեզ ազատե
Զիքոյ արքայություն եւ զորություն եւ փառք Հավիդյանս Հավիդենից Ամեն Now I have a question for you guys. Think of a blessing you are grateful for. And if you can share some blessings of yours, please. Family. Yes? For Anjar, thank you. For health. Health. Okay. Anybody else? As you can imagine, also you shared with us family, health, home, friendship. Unfortunately, a lot of times we realize our blessings and their importance only after losing them. Sometimes we realize their importance after regaining them. And many times we realize our blessings when we really need them in our lives. Hence, when we asked our boarding school students what is a blessing that they have or a blessing that they need in their lives, some of the answers were the following, to some which I'm going to give only the initials of their names. Unfortunately, the clicker is not working, so is it working now? Yes. For E and S, we asked, yes, what is their blessing? It is home. We asked H, what is the blessing for him? It is family and shelter. We ask M what is his blessing or the blessing that he needs. We can listen.
HEALTH, health. It's not just a word, it's a blessing.
Let's continue. We asked H and AM what is their blessing, and they answered friendship. We asked Z what is his blessing. The answer is acceptance. I can tell you more about our students and their blessings later on and during our question and answer if you want to know more about our students and their stories. We asked V and V what is their blessing. What do you think they answered? Indeed. They are Armenians. They are Armenians, but they want to be in touch with their Armenian identity because you don't usually see Armenians having this color. So let me introduce you then about the Armenian Evangelical Ministry in Anjar. So the location most of you would know, how the Armenians ended up to live in Anjar from Musadagh to Egypt to Syria and then Lebanon, as you can see in the map. This is the map of Lebanon, and you can see where Anjar is located. It is 5 minutes away from the Syrian border, quite away from the capital, Beirut. If you want to see Anjar from above, here is a picture where you can see the places that is inhabited by the people and then the places of agriculture that people, Anjartis, are into. However, Anjar was not that beautiful in the beginning, where it was a deserted place. And this photo shows the tent village of Anjar in the year 1940. And afterwards, with the following few years, Anjar was in survival because you can see how some places they started to build the French houses, which is one house and the toilet outside. Especially during those times, the women played a big role in taking care of their families, bringing water from the well, while men were walking kilometers into Rayak to find suitable work so that they could take and work and they can survive. So the first few years, it was not easy for the people of Musadagh in Anjar because there were a lot of diseases and many people lost their lives. Hence, we had a lot of orphans in Anjar. So, as I said, mainly the people of Musadagh settled in the village of Anjar, which is located in the Bekaa Valley. And very soon, this happened in 1939. In 1941, the Armenian Evangelical Church started its ministry, firstly using the church itself as schools, starting 1942. During this time, the Hilfsbund mission, which means helping hand, helping bond, that has offices in Switzerland and Germany, helped our union by sending missionaries to Anjar so that these missionaries can help the people survive, teach them ways, help them open a clinic to take care of the sick, tend their wounds, and help the people. The Armenian Evangelical Ministry in Anjar is a trifold ministry. It starts outmost with the Armenian Evangelical Church in Anjar. You can see some photos here. And our church is part of the Union of Armenian Evangelical Churches in the Near East. We have a lot of various ministerial actions at our church, starting with the weekly Sunday church worships, Sunday school children, age range 4 to 12, teenagers group 13 to 17-year-olds. We have the youth group 18 and above. We have ladies group, women auxiliary. We have retreats and camps. We have social ministry, DVBS, which is the Daily Vacation Bible School, and we have medical ministry. Also, for the past few months, we were involved in reaching out for the internally displaced people after the war started in Lebanon, and we had many internally displaced people in Anjar. The second branch of our ministry is the Armenian Evangelical Secondary School in Anjar, which, as I said, started its ministerial actions in 1942. During a very difficult time for the people, when parents were involved in barely having food on their tables, the Armenian Evangelical School gave the chance for children to receive education without any financial gain or contribution. So it was a very important time for the school to help and step in. You can see a photo of Sister Hedvig, which is on campus, of course. The school had all cycles of education starting 1955, which means that any student that arrives at our school does their kindergarten cycle, afterwards elementary cycle 6 years, intermediate cycle 3 years, secondary cycle 3 more years, and then after graduation they can go to any university to acquire their undergraduate studies. This is a group photo of our family at the Armenian Evangelical Secondary School of Anjar. Our third very important branch in the ministry of the Armenian Evangelical Church in Anjar is the Armenian Evangelical Boarding School, which is your second home. The second home, actually the first home of so many students that didn't have the chance to have a proper first home. You can see the logo, which is the hand of God, giving the chance for another home to our dear students, having the motto as follows: honoring the past, enlightening the present, to shape the future. The Armenian Evangelical Secondary School, with its boarding shelter, hence the name AEBS, Armenian Evangelical Boarding Shelter, is the only school in the Near East diaspora which provides both residential care and education. Who do we serve? We serve children ranging from 4 to 8-year-olds. They are orphans, sometimes children coming from troubled families, either from divorced or broken families. Some are very poor. Some are children who are not wanted or abused. And some are children who want to be part of our family. You can see a recent group picture of our boarding shelter students. To tell you a bit about facts and figures, you can see how from 2015 our boarding school students' numbers are increasing, which shows a great need in the Armenian community for a shelter like this. This year we have 86 students in our boarding school family. Our boarding school is very helpful because it teaches children how to love and care for each other. It teaches them how to pray and grow together. It teaches them how to appreciate what they have, to say thank you, to be thankful to God for their own blessings like food, as you can see in the picture. It also teaches them how to face their difficulties, but let us do that with smiles, with a positive attitude towards life, as you can see in the pictures. Of course, cherishing our moments together with the children is also very important. For sure, we celebrate together, we dream, and we always hope for a brighter present and a more brighter future. This is a photo of the Christmas celebration this year. As I said, we took a great part in helping the internally displaced people that were in Anjar from the war-torn places in Lebanon for the past few months. Our boarding school students were the first who volunteered, and when I announced at church that there is a program like this and we would like your help, they were the first to volunteer and say that we would love to help as much as we can. Hence, you can see in their kitchen where they eat, they were the ones helping, preparing the food, packaging the food, and bringing the food to the internally displaced people. And we did this once per week, breakfast, lunch, and dinner, for more than 3 months, which is a very important service to those people in need. And this is also very essential for me as a pastor of the Armenian Evangelical Church, because it shows the readiness that even if we are people in need, Christ shows the way to also give from whatever little we have to those who are in need as well. And this helps us to be a church. As I said, this is a trifold mission. Hence, we are talking about all of us working together, the church family, the school family, and the boarding family, as you can see in the picture. We have a lot of ongoing programs this year that I will introduce to you, and I will tell you more about it. Peace education classes. Our students, once per week, they go into peace education classes during their homeroom time with their homeroom teachers, where they learn about conflict resolution, about taking care of the children, taking care of the elderly, about Christian-Muslim dialogue, about life, and how they can listen to each other and have a good conversation together. Personalized education program is a special program for students with special needs. We lighted our campus blue to celebrate with students who are on the autism spectrum. We have 21 students in this program this year, and this program is doing miracles in the lives of our students, because not everybody is very clever, not everybody brings high scores in tests. However, everyone is very important, and all of us, we are on the normal curve. Some are on the average side, some are in the extremes. Jesus didn't come for the healthy and the rich. Jesus came for the poor, for the marginalized, and that shows in his ministry. That's why we wanted to attend to the needs of those children who do not have a voice of their own. Those children who are not doing very well in their studies, which doesn't mean that they are dumb or non-functional. It just means that the educational system didn't realize their strength and didn't give them the chance to have a voice of their own. Hence, we assess our students, we tailor a specific educational program according to their strengths, and we focus on few subjects in which they will excel to have a good future as good citizens. Hence, the miracles we witness through this program. You can see some pictures. Seeds of Hope. Seeds of Hope project, Huisi Hunder. It's our recent agricultural project at our school. We are the first Armenian school that has its integrated agricultural curricula in Western Armenian language. We were first funded by Kalush Gulbenkian Foundation for 3 years, which helped us a lot to have our greenhouse, to start making our curricula, which will soon be launched in Western Armenian. It's an electronic curricula. And all students have one period of agriculture where they learn about doing agricultural work, how to take care of the ground, of the soil. And this comes from Genesis that says the soil is grace from God, and when we take care of it, God will give the fruits. And every class has its own space in the greenhouse. After learning about the agricultural action, they go and have the time to practice whatever they learned as theory. This is very important because it teaches children how to really take care of the environment and how to be in good term with the soil. It's also a way of therapy for people who have some anger issues. Instead of putting out their anger towards each other, they can work and put their anger towards the soil, and it's a very interesting type of therapy as well. You can see some pictures from this program. Part of our greenhouses are also used to have vegetables to somehow reduce the expense of the boarding school. Instead of getting vegetables from elsewhere, we provide that vegetables organic, without chemicals. Children eat healthy, and as well, the boarding school somehow saves a bit of money. We have a second greenhouse as well on campus, which is sponsored by the Département Mission-Anjar in Switzerland. The aim of this greenhouse is to make seedlings and encourage the community to have similar structures in their houses as well. So we make seedlings and we distribute the seedlings to the community. Let's go on. Essential oil, love oil, I like to call, because at its first stage, we are producing lavender essential oil. For those who like lavender, you can have it, of course. It's very pure, very nice. And we have made our own machines to make lavender essential oil. And of course, the second, third, and fourth cycle of this project would be making essential oils of other herbs as well. We want to do peppermint, lemongrass, and oregano. Another program which is very close to our hearts is the We Needle program. We Needle. So the concept of this program is community empowerment, women empowerment. So the women of our community, of the church and Anjar, teach various types of embroidery to the students. Whoever want, men, males, females, they can go and learn. This helps in keeping the Armenian heritage because they learn works like Savaz, Marash, which is purely Armenian, and they learn, of course, cross-stitch and various types of needlework. They do certain products, as you can see in the picture, and we do the finishing of these products, verses, and then we sell the material. So the concept is the following: 40, 30, 30. 40% to sustain the program itself, 30% goes to the women who are teaching, and 30% goes to cover the need of the students, hence the name We Needle, need in capital letters. I'm very glad to say that we realized our solar system project, and our school with the boarding school buildings, they all have solar panels now, and we are usually relying on solar energy to have our electricity, except during the 3 to 4 months of winter where we don't have a lot of sun, so we have to substitute by other types of energy as well. Probably you all heard that last year our church burned. And I would like us to watch a video which we prepared after the church was burned. And I would like to tell you the story before watching the video. We had learned a song called Lord Be Close to Us at church. When the church burned, some of the students who loved this song, they asked us, how can we worship God? How can we sing this song when there is no worship place, there is no church? So my wife and I tried to explain to the kids that the church is not the building itself. We are the church. So a good example of that was to take our children, some of our students, to the burnt church and sing that song while the church was burned, to have an idea and to live that experience that we are the church, asking God, our Lord, to be close to us. If we can go on the, and play it, please.
As we read in God's word, when you pass through the waters, I will be with you, and through the rivers, they shall not overwhelm you. When you walk through the fire, you shall not be burned, and the flame shall not consume you.
Carpenter, you frame a house for those who need protection. Laborer, you lift a heavy burden for the weak. Leaders build a city that all children may rejoice in. May God's kingdom come, on earth His will be done.
And now a photo of the renovated church after it was burned. It was a very difficult experience, to say the least, with having a burnt sanctuary. Until now, it is hard for us to remember that experience. However, going through with it and renovating it gave us a sense of a different type of understanding of being a church, as I said. To be together, to be close to each other, to give our hands for that work. And this showed the sense of community, that anybody and everybody was ready to help in the process. So thank you as well for all who donated and did their best so that we can have a good and nice sanctuary, meaningful sanctuary again. Last year was also a year during which we somehow were coerced to renovate our kindergarten. Our classes at the kindergarten were quite old. The pillars were very weakened due to the roots of the trees. Hence, we started the renovation project. We had this plan 2 years ago. However, the church burned, so we had to stop the kindergarten renovation and put our full attention towards the church. Afterwards, we continued the KG renovation. And after 4.5 months, you can see how beautiful our kindergarten is. Colorful, child-friendly, and we can even accept students who are on wheelchair, because it is also wheelchair friendly, and it is a very nice kindergarten. I'm glad that the students are really enjoying, and teachers as well, and I hope that we can continue with our other cycles to renovate and develop and do our maximum to attend to the needs of every student. A new initiative that we have as a church since 1 year is Hamech. What does it mean? Delicious, tasty, yes. So the church started this community building project through its organic and income-generating agricultural practice. So basically, it is an agroecological project, and it is using the school and church's natural resources of apple and plum gardens to have a sustainable and organic group of products. So basically, we are producing jam, Bastille, sun-dried fruits, concentrated juice, apple cider vinegar, and we are doing this by giving women who do not have the chance to work full-time but would love to contribute to themselves and their families. We give them the chance to work during the season to make these produce with their hands. So handmade products, very delicious and very healthy. I hope you would have the chance to come to Anjar to enjoy these products as well. You can see some pictures concerning these project as well. Hamech. And the mission continues. However, this mission cannot continue if we don't believe in the very important work that the ministry in Anjar does. If we don't believe that hand to hand we can create beautiful realities. If we don't believe that through prayer, through prayerful actions, we can really enjoy God's blessings and find ways, creative ways, to share His blessings to our surroundings so that together we can walk towards being His church. Thank you for listening to this presentation, and now I can answer some questions if you have. And I would like to mention as well, if you would like to contribute in any part of this ministry, you can always do your donations to AMAA, earmarked specially to Anjar, either it is Anjar Church, Anjar School, or Anjar Boarding Shelter. Thank you.